If you don't feel you have value to give someone, that's something because you feel like you aren't valuable yourself. So that's like a journey everyone has to take to find their own true value. A lot of people don't, they really never find their value. You know, and those are the people, some of those people are like one of the most well put together people. Post-workout meal at what's it called?
Zenko chicken over there.
Zenko chicken, supposed to be the best, the absolute best Mediterranean in all of California. All of California?
It's up there, Southern California.
Southern California.
Yeah.
Southern California.
They're known for their shawarma, garlic spread, rotisserie chicken.
Shawarma, garlic spread, rotisserie chicken. So basically, brush the hell out of your teeth after eating today. We're gonna go there, get some food in, and enjoy a nice conversation. Let's go. What do you got? You got shawarma platter too?
Sorry?
Shawarma platter?
Tomato.
Yeah, beef.
Alright, sounds
You have to experience it.
So, I love how he's explaining all the types of food, and it's like Canada is pretty mixed. Been eating this stuff since I was a kid, but it's cool. We're gonna eat the shit. Oh god damn! First bite, you can eat. So I want to get first bite. Okay. You get double beef. You know what it is? First bite. The meat is dissolving from my tongue touching the top of the roof of my mouth. That's how tender it is. I haven't used my teeth that much yet. I'm dead serious. This is... Sauce is good. Veggies are good. Wrap good. It's not spilling all over the place. Meat tender. Just the way it used to be. Perfect. It's done nice. Let's taste the skin real quick. Skin by itself. First blue. Oh, okay. Now the meat. Now, here's how you tell if it's really good, right? Oh, that's tender. When you can just like lightly just kind of brush it off the bone, that is tender, right? That's right off. That's tender meat. Yo, I'm not going home. I'm going home. Sorry. I don't gotta go anywhere else.
I told you already, man.
I'm gonna
love this place.
That's so good. This is so good. This is magnificent. I never said that word in my life. It's the first time I use that word. Magnificent.
Now I was just wondering what made you want to start a YouTube channel.
Believe it or not, I had one getting out of university. It was for I had my highlight tape for football, for CFL. And then when I started bodybuilding, I was at the end of drug addiction counseling. And then when I started bodybuilding, I was like, because I was researching a bunch of people who to watch, whatever. And I'm like, I'm gonna start a channel like that. And then show people how you can chase your dreams no matter what your life circumstances are. And I kind of like show this like behind the scenes of someone's journey trying to make it. And I thought that I would, you know, instantly be like Ronnie Coleman and have like a following. And like I would do like road to this, road to that. I had a sponsor and stuff, and I had zero, like I had no following. The beginning, like right before the pandemic started, whatever, I had 800 subscribers, and I was 2019. So from 2012 to 2019, I was just getting, I had that less like subscribers, that few. That's what I started, and then I thought that bodybuilding would be the thing that I needed to get myself where I thought I wanted to go. And I realized during the pandemic and everything shutting down and whatnot, editing for Greg with his channel, I was teaching him how to use his iMovie, teaching him how to actually put videos up. Yeah. So I was editing for him at first, and then I got a job at a gym. That was a big break for me financially, and I stopped editing for Greg. And then Greg's channel went boom, and then I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna continue and just try to get it up. My goal in 2019 was like, my goal is to get 1,000 subscribers. And I got 1,000 subscribers. And then everything shut down. And then I'm getting like 10,000. And then I was like, what the heck? And then the one day this time last year, I was like, I asked Greg, when would you have hired someone else editing wise and whatnot? And he's like, 30,000 subscribers. And I'm like, I'm at 25 and I'm getting really busy. So I invested in myself for the first time because I had the means to. Got an editor or whatever, and then everything from a year later, this is me now with an incorporated business and traveling on my own. When I graduated, my mom came up for my convocation. I told my mom about my drug addiction and me getting over it and whatnot. I remember my graduation, I couldn't afford. My mom had to buy my frame for me. My frame was $89.99. I couldn't afford to buy a frame for my diploma. I got a criminology and sociology BA, and that was 10 years ago. So 10 years past now, I've incorporated business. Pretty fairly successful, I think.
I think so.
Yeah, right? Oh, that's where I started. I started a channel for that reason, and now I'm actually like living that actual dream.
Like for you, it took several years before it actually blew up. What advice would you give for them? If it's like they're putting content out there, or
Stay on it. Stay, keep going. I control everything I'm doing. I'm living the life I want to live, exactly the way I want to live it. The way I can, with what I can control. I can't control my wife, my kid, my friends. I can't control any of that stuff. What I can control is me. And I found through this process, in hindsight, even throughout, every time I put more into me, I got out more. I got back so much. So I invested in this, like me, my mental health, being able to be clear-headed when I'm making decisions and constantly going. And I knew that, literally like, the progression kept increasing the more I worked on my mental health in myself, the more and more and more. And that was like, that's consistent. Just like, that's why I always say progressive overload your life. I literally mean that came organically because I literally progressively overloaded my mental health, everything. Because when those things are on track, everything else in your life starts to follow suit. And I was like, what I put into my life, I got it back out. When before, like I was literally like, I had nothing because I put nothing in my life the way I should have. You know what I mean? So I was like, just literally, if you have a dream and you literally you're passionate about it, and that passion is a two-way street in terms of like it actually helps other people. Like if you have a skill that gives that someone can find value in, nurture the shit of that until you can perfect it, and you'll end up living the dream life that you want to live, and you're not living it selfishly because you're impacting someone's life. I know for a fact what I'm doing is impacting someone's life. If I'm gonna get paid to do it, then great. But I'm only getting paid to do it because people find value in that. And value is something you really can't put a dollar amount on anyway. Because I can value something that has more value as something than somebody else. I find that this Coke has more value than somebody else that picks it up. I'll 100% always get a Diet Coke because I find that this Coke here has more value for me, and I'll pay whatever I want to pay for it because I'll get this Coke. When someone else might not think that, right? But there's a lot of people who might think that they really, really like that Coke. But, whatever it is that they value. Right? It's like every YouTuber out there, they pay or they watch because they find value in that. Subconsciously, you find so much value in that you're willing to give away the most finite thing that you have is time. You're giving your time of the day to watch somebody. That you can't put a dollar amount on that thing at all. So even that, currency in a sense becomes a time. That's the biggest, I would say, measurement of my success is like someone will literally give me their time so they can hear what I gotta say. And that is one of the most rewarding things ever. You coming down here, to me, is like big. Because out of your time, you think it's valued to me, to you, to come and see me and hear what I have to say because you know, for you, it's going to help your life. And that's a two-way street. There's nothing one way about this at all. I was going to buy dinner regardless. One way or another, if someone was paying for this dinner. The two-way street.
What would you say to someone that feels like they don't have any value to provide to society or to other people? Because I know people that are kind of stuck in that mindset, and I don't know what the best advice would be to give them. But I know someone like you, you understand what it means to have value, to provide value.
That is like one of the hardest things for people to do, because if you don't feel you have value to give someone, there's something because you feel like you aren't valuable yourself. So that's like a journey everyone has to take to find their own true value. A lot of people they really never find their value. And those are the people, some of those people are like one of the most well put together people. They're just living the life that they suspect or should have lived because whatever they're doing is just good enough. But if you literally think about it and sit someone down and be like, are you really living the life that you want to live right now? I see the majority of people say no. They're okay with it, they're comfortable with it. But like being able to know what your place is in this world is being able to know you have to have value in yourself. If you don't think that you have value to give to someone else, then you do not value who you are, and that's the journey you should be on. Screw trying to be anybody, trying to like be successful. You can't find value in yourself, you will never be successful. I work with a lot of people, I've talked with, I've been through this situation too. But like, you can't convince somebody to take the journey to find true value themselves if they do not want to themselves. The only thing you can do to help somebody with that is just give them reassurance that they are valuable by how you treat them. But you can't change somebody's mind if they don't want to change your mind.
Something just came to my mind. If you're comfortable sharing, for you finding your value, was it kind of like an overnight thing, or was it something that certain events in your life kind of led up to it?
Certain events. Like, I didn't know my true value until recently. I gave away my time, my energy, more than you know. I didn't stick up for myself when I should have. So I'd always take that place I got. So like, for instance, when I got a second chance to play football again, I always work hard. I work my ass off no matter what. So I always come to the table with really good work ethic. That work ethic should be paid back. I should be, rewarded in a sense. If that work ethic still has some kind of like, transition to he's still good at what he does. So I came into a sport, the team that was really good playing wise, but I never kind of like fought for what I believe I should have had. So I lost playing time for the people who would say, why did they complain about it? But I would never kind of do that. But I would work my ass off, so I would get spread thin over a lot of things. So Johnny was a team player. Johnny will do whatever you need him to do. He'll work his ass off. And for me, that was me being humble and being a team player, but just literally not knowing my value and being like, listen, I'm good enough and I should fight for what I want. Same thing when I had like my sponsorships before. I've had sponsors before who treated me like garbage, and when I, like 7 years at the end of my sponsorship, got rid of me like that. And throughout every single step of the way in that sponsorship, I remember going back and like, they never valued anything. And I worked my ass off. I would put so much effort into certain things and just never really get it. But then again, people treat you the way you let them. And then if you're not conscious of that, you'll let people walk over you over and over. So for me, it was something I had to go through, and then literally going through like mental health. I still see therapists to this day. It's my brain team to help me, with, just being, validating certain, emotions and whatnot. But at the same time, it's something I had to kind of journey into, is knowing my value. And I was in my way all the time. And it took me getting out of my way and investing and being like, yo, I am good enough. And demanding, and like not being like shy or like, hey man, I don't want to charge you that much, I really know, I don't want to, it's like no, I'm good at what I fucking do. And the way I look at myself these days now is like, I don't really like how much you're paying now for me is still a steal. It's a steal and a half. I know what I have and what I value and what I can do and what all the time that I have. You should not be able to afford an hour with me, but I love what I do, so I'm willing to give that hour as well. But I know that there's value in there no matter what, so I value my time. I will never give away my time. You're giving away your time, I'm giving away my time because we want to. I'm not just giving it to you for free. right? There's a great exchange here. If I didn't value this, we would not be eating at all. I don't waste my time doing anything at all. I'm wasting a month of my time, my life. Like I'm 38 years old. I'm 39 this year. I wasted a lot of years and a lot of like hours on other people. I gave away free time to people. I will not anymore, and I know that just that mindset of change, a shift in my life, in the last 6 years has been one of the determining factors of my trajectory. I was eating out of a garbage 10 to 15 years ago, going through school.
I'm glad you're sharing this because like earlier, when we were training, there were a bunch of those younger kids that were approached you and just so in awe of you, and so you have a really you have a very strong influence on those generations. What you shared with me is something that they should really reflect on and take to heart. I think it'll because myself too. I'm 10 years younger than you, but I feel like I've also gone through some of my own challenges in life, and it's taken a lot of that self-reflection to really grow from it, for sure.
And you go through those things for, like, it's not like you have to or should have went through it. I don't believe that you should be going through bad times or whatever. It happened because it happened. Life's the toughest teacher, it gets a test before the lesson. But I think our duty is when you get those lessons, if you can teach somebody else that, it's invaluable. Like, that's priceless information to help somebody else. And if you have that skill, I think it's my obligation to. It's my duty. I know I have influence. I know for sure when I speak people listen, I have that kind of a voice. So it is my duty. It is my obligation. For me, it's not even a choice. I have to. And then, because I know it creates a domino effect. It's so infectious, and I know the feeling back and forth. I know what it feels like to have someone that you look up to say the smallest thing to you that makes the biggest difference in your life. Because there's a ton of people in my life that have done that, and if it wasn't for them, I would not be here at all. That little whisper here that comes back from 10 years ago, just like when you're in a hard time and you heard that, you never know. That one thing you said to that one person, or that little bit of an impact you made on one person, you never know what's going to happen 10 years from now. And I get those every once in a while. I'm like, yeah, man, I remember this. And I was like, wow, right? So that's why I give my time a lot with people. I was there. I know what it's like.
Definitely left an impact on me.
Well, you did it on my stomach. This food's dope, man. Yeah.
Dang, you got really deep in that conversation.
I can talk all day, bro.
Man, full of wisdom, dude.
If you said, hey man, I'm gonna give you your dream physique, and the best physique ever, 10 years, or you can have a pretty good physique in a week. Let me get that pretty good physique in a week. You want the dream physique in 10 years? I want that pretty good physique in a week. You don't have the mentality to go that long. You give somebody to know that you're gonna dedicate that much time in your life and you're committed to that already. That's the same mental strength you need to sit on a fucking treadmill for 30, 40 minutes. That's a joke. To die a little hard? Kidding me? That's nothing, right? That's how I look at it. Like, that's how you can take what's transferable. What skills you have that are transferable that you can apply to what you need to do to get to where you want to go, to whatever the goal is. You're already doing something that takes a lot of fucking brain power. You're already there. You just need to apply that the same type to somewhere else. My mom says the same to me. If you would just treat your training the way you would schooling, you'd be blah, blah, blah. Makes so much fucking sense now. Now I did that. But I put into me, put into my craft, and I'm getting paid back full from it. Can't do anymore. Oh. I'm literally I'm full. Like I gotta get rid of this.
There you go.
My dad would be like, this is a good bowel movement. Like, she's crazy. That's it. Man, it's too nice out. I feel like this is not fair. It's like at home right now, it's just freezing.
I don't know, it might be too small for me, After that back day with Johnny,
Yo, right? Yo, you like it?
Yeah, it feels good.
Yeah, right?
What is this made of, this one?
I think it's fox. It's legit fur. So it's real fur. Real fur and real down.
Hey, when I come to Canada, I have to get one of these, alright?
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
Yeah.
In the winter. Just don't show up summertime with that. Don't feel like you're an idiot.